Jason, and this is my PSYC 198 presentation. So let's say you are a recruiter at a company that has an open job position available. The position is posted on LinkedIn, Handshake, Indeed, you name it. You've received hundreds of job applications and you only have limited time to go through all of the applicants. Given this scenario, what cognitive assessment can employers use to search for and hire the most optimal candidates for their open job positions? They can use the Big 5 personality test. So what is the Big 5 personality test? It is a self-reported personality test, usually in the form of a long questionnaire that asks the subject questions about their personality traits. Unlike the Myers-Briggs personality test, the Big 5 personality test takes a more detailed look at 5 commonly accepted descriptors for personality through the acronym OCEAN. The Big 5 personality test aims to closely identify one's personality traits and whether they sit high, low, or in the middle of the scale in terms of the strength of their traits. So here's another look at the OCEAN personality traits. Just to name a few, we have openness, which looks at how curious or practical a candidate may be; agreeableness, which looks at a candidate's cooperativeness, trustworthiness, and their nature as a person; and even neuroticism, which looks at a candidate's tendency towards unstable emotions. In terms of neuroticism, it is more likely that an employer will choose a candidate that has a lower score, which signifies that they're more calm and even-tempered, which would make them more appealing versus someone that can be, with a higher score, that can be very anxious and very reactive to unfavorable environments or situations. So how can employers use the Big 5? Employers can use the Big 5 personality test to better narrow down the potential candidates that they're looking at, to probe their interviewees and ask more questions based on their scores and answers. They can use it to determine compatibility or incompatibility, and they can use it to look at the intangibles. It tells a more complete story that sometimes isn't there in a typical 15 to 30 minute one-on-one interview. It essentially finds the perfect or closest to perfect person for the job. So what is being done today? As society has progressed, personality tests, type indicators, and teamwork assessments have already been implemented into the hiring process of many companies. Teamwork and compatibility is key. Oftentimes, applicants are straight up denied if they do not pass some of these assessments. Companies are looking for like-minded, honest, hardworking people to work for them. Recruiters hire potential candidates by determining if they can represent the company without tarnishing its image, if they are able and willing to learn, and if they are able and willing to be a team player. The two possible drawbacks are reliability and integrity. The test's reliability is questioned because, despite the fact that it gives a more complete picture, it can and likely will never be the sole determinant of a candidate's application. At its core, it is simply a personality test. Employees will still have to meet and see the candidates face-to-face and interview with them to understand their true character. It is something that does help if it exists, but doesn't hurt if it doesn't exist. The test's integrity is also questioned because, since it is a self-reported test, candidates can easily lie about themselves on the questionnaire just to fit whatever criteria or traits the company is looking for. So how can we control this? It is hard to alter the assessment because at its core, again, it is just a questionnaire that candidates can fill out only by themselves. So it should only be seen as supporting information to a candidate's entire profile. Since this is a cognitive assessment that rates personality, it is difficult to find another cognitive assessment that does the same. This is an assessment that is used to simply identify how a person behaves and if that behavior is acceptable. It does not measure what the other cognitive assessments measure. Thank you.